What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. All right, this conversation is gonna be a little bit different because I've addressed many things many times, and once again, there's always people that don't understand. So we on this channel, okay, I'm real and I'm raw. Sometimes when you do a video, every time I do a video, I'm saying what I feel and what I see. Sometimes you have to turn up or simmer it down depending on the situation, the severity of the situation. So it's like, example, if you're watching a fight and the commentary is, calm, but when the fighter starts landing fights and the crowd starts reacting and they get loud, the commentator gets louder. So their energy matches what's happening in the ring and the reaction from the fans. Okay, it all goes together, right? That's why when you go to a fight live or if you watch a fight without sound, right, it all has different feelings to it. But at the same time, without sound, a fight without so at the same time, it's like what's being said doesn't necessarily have to be accurate. You understand what I'm saying? But the energy, because there's times when a fighter could let his hands go and he's not hitting anything, but the fans is behind him, and still the commentator's doing his job, even if he's as far as that goes, is matching the energy. But bottom line is that's what you have to do. When I do videos, I speak about things. I speak it how I feel. Okay. And what people have to, really need to stop doing is taking everything as like you're just going at someone because you can't get out of your feelings and you can't tap into reality. So I was this morning I'm reading some comments, I'm looking at some other things, and I'm talking to someone back and forth. The person was just telling me like, yeah, man, your videos is raw, blah blah blah. They shouted me out on someone else's platform, and this was a bigger platform, So we were basically speaking, and what's amazing to me is basically everybody there's a video going around where people, I could be several, where people are making fun of Adrien Broner because he has a video. I don't know if it's a video or just a picture where he's smiling and they're talking about his tooth being knocked out or whatever. Okay. And someone directed me to a video. I'm not trying to put this guy on blast, whatever, but I'm going to say it was amazing that when I watched the video, the guy is comparing Adrien Broner's loss to Devin Haney's loss. And what was so crazy about it is he didn't mention anything about the dynamics of that fight, of the fact that Ryan was roided up. However, yeah, Devin Haney fought the wrong strategy. I think we all know that. Okay, like we all know that. It shouldn't be hard for anybody to admit the truth. We all know that he did that. We broke down why we think he did it. None of that matters why he did it. He did it. It was the wrong strategy. Okay? But first of all, let's look at, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, now anybody think they can just get a boxing channel. I guess boxing is a hot topic now, not because people love the sport, but because people get to critique and talk trash about fighters and call them garbage truck juice and trash and blah 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 and whatever. And I'm listening to this dude and I'm saying, what is he talking about? So basically, he's comparing the law, saying the same way Devin Haney can bounce back, so can AB. You know what I'm saying? It's not double standard with everybody. And AB, just because he lost, bro, I kind of like laughed because I'm like, I'm listening to him, and it was to the point where I'm like, you know how you about to just hit the stop button, but what the person is saying is so crazy. It's like you just hold on. What else is this person going to say? So I'm listening to him, and it's like, all right. Then he started talking about something else. And at that point, I just like, all right, I heard enough. First of all, let me say, and the crazy thing, and I'm telling you, your words are powerful. And him saying that, this is what I believe happens. I believe, like fight fans or fighter fans, should I say, you guys listen to other people talk and say things in favor of a fighter that you like. Then you hear, like myself and whoever else may be honest enough to tell you guys the truth about what's going on and how they see and feel about things. And then you guys are trying so hard to convince us to see things differently. You know, honestly, I mean, this is a situation. It would be like you trying to tell me it's just as safe to drive down the street with my eyes closed as opposed to with them open, or walk across the street and close my eyes and nothing will ever happen to you. People see you, you just walk. That's all. Leave your fate in someone else's hands. I have common sense. I know better than that. First of all, everything this guy said was wrong about the whole situation. First of all, yeah, they both lost. Okay? But first of all, this is only Devin Haney's one loss. This dude had the nerve to say it. And I'm like, yo, whose backside are you trying to kiss, man? The guy says Devin Haney hasn't been the same since the Lomachenko fight because he knows that Lomachenko beat him, and physically, I think it took toll on him. And I'm like, so okay, even though that's BS as well. I mean, he didn't take a bad beating against Lomachenko. The fight was very close, very, very close. Okay, it was a close fight. What is he talking about? So the Regis Prograis fight never happened. On top of that, he just fought Lomachenko, and according to him, he's never been the same, and so he just had a bad performance against Ryan Garcia. I'm just like, this dude can't be serious. And then, you know, I looked on his channel, and I'm looking at, and I couldn't really listen to him. I'm looking at the videos he have, and I'm like, yeah, he's a casual. And listen, not to mention, he had a lot of Jake Paul stuff, some Jake Paul, and I said, yeah, okay, it's just a connection with people, and he doesn't understand anything. But I looked at his following, I said, damn, look at the amount of subscribers that this guy has. Look at the amount of views his videos get. And he's sitting up here spewing out nothing but nonsense. Okay, back to the two fighters. First off, this is Devin Haney's first loss, which due to the situation with the cheating and all that, that's been reversed. But regardless, yes, he fought the wrong strategy. We all know everything else that happened as well, but he fought the wrong strategy. First of all, how are you going to compare Devin Haney and Adrien Broner at this point? Where, for one loss for Haney. Adrien Broner has lost every big fight since the Maidana fight. Every fight that was top level, he's lost. Blair Cobb is not top level. We don't know if Devin Haney's the same fighter or not. If we don't know if the punishment he took is a thing that's going to stick with him for the rest of his career. We don't know if it slowed him down. We haven't seen him in the ring since the Ryan Garcia fight. Okay, but people are disgusted, well, us real ones, at the whole point that a man felt the need to, first of all, cheat, do all the things he did, not make weight on purpose. One fight is drained, the other isn't. The other's roided up, all of this kind of stuff. Okay, so all of those things that came into play that he failed to mention. And he sat there and he said, and also, it doesn't mean he's a Ryan Garcia fan. He probably is a Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and different fighters like that. And I'm like, yeah. So he's probably leaning more towards those guys anyway, because we know that Logan Paul and that supplement company, whatever, they know they have a lawsuit against him. So, that doesn't make him a Ryan fan. But he was basically saying the same way he lost that fight, he can bounce back. And he's comparing this with Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner is always losing. Came back for the C-class dude, had that one draw of a fight, and listen, Adrien Broner, okay, and Adrien Broner just washed up. Bottom line, okay, we don't know what Devin Haney looks like right now. What is he going to look like in his next fight? We don't know this, but we know that Adrien Broner is washed up, and on a fight-by-fight basis, we see him decline and look worse every fight. He lost to Blair Cobb. Okay, Blair Cobb is not a big name fighter. He's not a highly skilled fighter. He has quick hands. He has some power. He basically is very careless and sloppy on defense. He's there to be hit, and pretty much he is not an accomplished guy, and he doesn't have a lot of fights at this point. Why even bring this guy up and make this comparison? So it's obvious that even though this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, either he's an Adrien Broner fan, or maybe I don't know, maybe he has a connection with somebody that's Adrien Broner fans and he's trying to go with a popular narrative. Maybe maybe there's someone who's giving Adrien Broner the benefit of a doubt, or people are in the comment sections on his videos or other videos like saying the same type of stupid things that he was saying. First of all, listen, we're not babysitters here. People are going to do what they're going to do. If Adrien Broner wants to continue to fight, that's up to him. Everybody talks about legacy. Adrien Broner can keep fighting, and he can end up, because he's not going to fight quality guys and win, okay? Adrien Broner can end up end up with a career where he ends up broke, because he has brain damage or something. You understand what I mean? And fighters don't get insurance through companies, okay? So whatever you're paying out of pocket. Now, if you have some insurance that you use or whatever, you still, it's your money. It's no company giving you insurance, providing you providing insurance for you. None of that. And you pay a percentage and all that type of stuff. All that $15 copay stuff and all of that. No, you don't get that type of stuff. So if something major happens, you may be in the position where the money that you do have, and being that Broner has made it clear he's ran through all of his money, and he comes back when he needs money. That's up to him to do what he has to do. But the same people that keep urging him to fight and talking about him, like, you guys keep thinking, it's like you keep crossing your fingers, hoping he has one big last fight left where he can win against a top level guy. And if he was to actually get lucky and do so, you guys would still, okay, see, he's back, and then want him to continue to fight. Adrien Broner is done. I just didn't understand this comparison. I'm like, is this guy serious? Is he trolling it? And I'm listening to him. I'm listening to his ideals, and I'm like, okay. I don't understand any of this stuff where you have people who know nothing about boxing, but they get the interest of people to follow them. And it's obvious that the followers don't know anything about boxing as well. But when people telling me they like my stuff, I watch you all the time, blah, blah, blah. Then if you've ever heard me analyze anything about AB, you already know how I feel. This is what I'm saying. So I don't understand. I do understand the fact they're a bunch of casuals, and hey, like minds are going to attract like minds. I just don't understand how people are okay with something that sounds completely stupid, no logic whatsoever, and how grown people can't see through this nonsense. Listen, if Adrien Broner goes in that ring after getting beat by Blair Cobb, this is the first time I've seen Adrien Broner fans read comments and heard them say, "Man, AB, that mother bitch lied and all that shit." Okay, we seeing the same thing happening to Deontay Wilder now, where people are like, "Man, I told you guys." When you get to the point where you start to run out of excuses and people are making fools out of themselves, arguing with you, these people sit here and put the angry face emojis up or the stress looking emojis up because people are saying certain things about certain fighters. And I'm like, that's your problem that you allow yourself to get in your feelings. I mean, it's not that serious. And if you're stressing yourself out and angry and getting in your feelings over some other goddamn hot, sweaty men in the ring, you might want to just check yourself and for people start to clown you. Like, I don't understand, like the immaturity. I can't relate to the immaturity that you guys are showing. I can't relate to the stupidity and the ignorance. Adrien Broner is done. He's at the end of his career. Once again, if Devin Haney is finished, if he took such a bad beating, he's not the same. We know the possibilities of what can happen when somebody cheats. Okay, they're roided up and you take a bad beating. We know all it takes is one bad beating. So we don't know that. If that's the case, though, we don't know the effects. So how in the hell can we sit here and make a comparison for a guy that lost one fight to a guy that doesn't lost like 5 fights already, 5, 6 fights, like just keep losing? He's already shown I cannot box with the top guys. People don't understand something. When he fought Marcos Maidana, you didn't see any effects on Adrien Broner physically. Like, okay, his reflexes, he's slower. No. Adrien Broner got to the point where he's afraid to let his hands go. He's afraid to get hit. We've seen videos where his trainer's yelling like, "Oh man, let your hands go," even hitting the bag. You seen Adrien Broner hit the nothing. Adrien Broner has his coach yelling, "Yo, let your hands go." Why? Because even he's hitting the bag. He's stalling. He's hesitating. He's waiting. We know when people hit the bag. When I hit the bag, you're hitting the bag. You're getting in your groove. You're letting, putting punches together. Sometimes you're doing different things in your head. But we saw Adrien Broner just to the point, it's like he doesn't get it. If your trainer is yelling to you to let your hands go while you're hitting a bag, do you understand? It's not just frustration. They're understanding what's happening. They're understanding what you're doing in your mindset. So for you as so-called boxing fans, you're not boxing fans, you're boxer fans. But for you guys that keep screaming for a guy to continue his career, he's going to do what he's going to do. But let's stop with these comparisons. First of all, you can't compare every fighter to every situation. I don't live by that. First off, you hear me talk about Boots, right? And you hear me talk about him and Crawford, that this is the fight that we wanted to see. I don't care if the fight ever happens or not. It's not my career, it's theirs. It's just a fight that I feel will be a good fight for us to see. I look at Crawford and Boots similar to looking at James Toney and Roy Jones. Because people that was liking Roy Jones' style and what he was doing was, they saw the potential. But then you had people going, "He ain't fought nobody. Man, this dude, come on, man, all that, man, how he fight with all that flash stuff. Yo, Tony too good for that. Tony's faced every style. Tony. Until they fought. Then it was like, well, Tony had a problem making weight. Every excuse. Nothing that you heard before the fight. Just after the fight. Everything. Did you see a guy that looked drained? Did you see a guy that was tired, couldn't let his hand? No. You saw a guy that had a style in front of him he couldn't figure out. Too much hand speed, foot speed, was defensively sound, couldn't get to him. And what normally worked for him, bottom line, couldn't get to this, he couldn't conquer this style, couldn't conquer this fighter. Simple. So it took the fight to happen. Otherwise, there was people talking like this fight wasn't even going to be close. Same thing they're doing with Boots and Crawford right now. So when did we get to a point where fights don't need to happen anymore? we just decide, a fight should or shouldn't happen based on who we think gonna win. Oh, then this whole thing about fighters coming off of a loss. So basically, if you come off a loss, that means your career is over. If you lose, you shouldn't fight anybody then, because that fighter is not going to get credit for beating you because you just came off of a loss. Like, this mentality is crazy. I keep hearing this term all the time about a fighter coming off of a loss. Bro, it's your job to stay physically fit, mentally fit, ready to go. If you're not right, don't get in the ring. You understand what I'm saying? You could, how many times a fighter was Regis Prograis coming off of a loss when he fought the guy before, Devin Haney, when he went in his hometown and looked bad? Was that because of a loss? Or was he coming off of a high note where people was just basically, this is a big anticipation for him to come home, have his homecoming, and then all of a sudden it was too much pressure for trying to impress the. Okay, wait. So if I'm fighting in Minnesota in front of a home crowd versus fighting in Tampa Bay, what does it matter? It's a fight. Whether I'm the home favorite or whether I'm getting booed, that's the next excuse fighters gonna start making. Nah, man, I was ready, but when they started booing me, it hurt my feelings, and then I couldn't perform. What do you mean? Now all of a sudden you're trying so hard to be perfect. No, you fought the same way you always fight. It just didn't. You won. You just didn't impress. So everything is an excuse. The pressure. This is all a part of being a professional. Okay, the mindset and everything. Why are we even talking? Why are we even talking about Adrien Broner and Devin Haney? How old is Devin Haney? 25 years old? How old is Broner? 35? Okay, there's a 10-year difference there. And example, Broner and Crawford is the same age. But Crawford is by far a much better fighter and still can sustain a high level where Broner can't. So with all of this, I think I can. No, this is what you guys are doing with Broner. This was a completely stupid comparison between him and Haney. Even to bring up the Loma fight, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then I saw people in the comment section that were saying things like, so he got 2 defeats actually because, yeah, maybe mentally he didn't, bounce back from the Loma loss. And then somebody in the comment section, put up the clown emoji and was like, yo, what the F are y'all talking about there? What are y'all talking about? Loma lost that fight. And what beating did Haney take it? I mean, it's crazy. And I'm just like, wow. So I'm saying this to people who don't understand the actual situations and actually don't know how to see boxing. Because I feel like, listen, I know how many subscribers I have on this channel. And I have videos sometime that surpass my amount of subscribers, which means you have people that watch. A lot of people watch with the influence of someone else saying something opposite. You guys need to understand something. Boxing is decided in the ring. Not on X, not on Instagram, not on Facebook, not on, you understand? Not on YouTube. No, it's decided in the ring. Why we start making these assumptions about what a fighter can and can't do just based on let's just reach for something. There's nothing that we've seen. When Adrien Broner lost to Marcos Maidana, did we know he was going to have all these losses to the top guys, that he wasn't able to compete, that he wasn't going to bounce back and be able to, get back to his winning weight? No, we didn't know that, did we? Here's the thing though, right? When I said I didn't like, as far as Adrien Broner versus Maidana, I said not so much. It wasn't so much like what I didn't like, because a fight is a fight. That's what you get paid to do. I'm saying I don't like what I saw against Paulie Malignaggi, and then his next fight being Marcos Maidana. Once again, why? Because Paulie Malignaggi, okay, he You don't get more pillow fisted than Paulie Malignaggi. You don't get more brittle handed than Paulie Malignaggi. And even though Adrien Broner clearly won the fight, Adrien Broner was so overly cautious. Adrien Broner did not go and put the beating on Paulie like people expected him to. If you're going to fight Paulie Malignaggi, okay, and even though he went up in weight, still, he fought Marcos Maidana at that same weight. If you're fighting Paulie Malignaggi, that overly cautious, who's a pure boxer, how are you going to deal with Marcos Maidana and that type of pressure that he brings? And I remember people saying, oh man, Devin Alexander beat the shit out of this dude. This dude is a bum. And I'm like, yo, y'all sleeping on Devin Alexander. Devin Alexander was a solid fighter skill-wise, but made a lot of bad mistakes in the ring. He just that was his thing, his focus, his carelessness. But the dude had skills. But bottom line is, once again, you're depending on AB to beat Marcos because Devin did. Yet, y'all always yelling, styles make fights. And I'm like, what does that have to do with AB, what Devin did? Do you understand what I'm saying? Devin wouldn't have fought Paulie Malignaggi the same way that AB did. He would have put some hurt on him. Now, whether he would have slipped up or not, don't know. You understand what I'm saying? But see, the one thing you don't have to worry about with Paulie is big shots coming at you because he can't punch. And he was overly cautious in that fight. And I've seen the type of pressure that Marcos Maidana bring, and he can crack. We saw what happened. We saw what happened. Now, for people who you're just an AB fan, you don't see it. And then all of the comparisons to Floyd, you know, he's in Floyd's entourage. He's one of Floyd's fighters. He's bottom line, imitate Floyd the best way he can. And everybody thought he was going to just smoke Marcos Maidana. Marcos Maidana went in there and he did the damage. But we had to see Adrien Broner come back to see what he looked like. And pretty much Adrien Broner never, ever, ever, ever had a fight after that where he let his hands go like he used to and showed the same confidence. Never. And not one fight that he ever looked the same again. So for that to be the case, right? And he has all these losses, and understand he's at the end of his career. Devin Haney has one loss. And out of all the victories he's had and all of what he's done, the comparison, like what is this comparison? What is this comparison? You understand what I'm saying? People, like, I mean, this is like crazy to me because, like, once again, like I said, man, when I see the amount of subscribers that these guys have and the amount of video views they get, and they're talking rubbish, and people are agreeing with them, like, what? And the few people that say whatever, or y'all just hating on AB. And let me say this, AB is his own man. He's a grown-ass man. If he continues to fight, is on him. But I'm saying to you guys, the same people that keep running their mouth, talking all this shit about what he can do and he still got it. The talent is there. Yo, you could. I'm like, wow, y'all keep the talent is there. He just won't let it out. If AB ends up being one of those fighters with brain damage, if he ends up being a freaking wino, he end up just like, because stress and pressure, and AB knows damn well he can't do what he's doing for fans. He has to do it for himself. But you guys are going to be the first ones talking about, yo, my condolences to AB and his family, or whatever the situation may be. I said it before, and I'm saying it now. You have to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. AB is at the end of his career, and he has been for a long time. I had people coming in my comment section 2-3 years ago telling me AB's not finished. He still got fight left. Well, if that's how you see it, cool. But that's not what I see. AB's done. One thing people have to understand, ring rust and deteriorated skills are two different things. And it's obvious people don't know the difference between the two. And I could clearly see where Adrien Broner is just not the same fighter. And he will never, ever fight and win against elite level guys again. And when you saw him lose to Maidana, and you saw every fight after that Maidana fight, you saw in every fight he never did better in the next fight. And everything with him was just, he's just scared to get hit. He won't let his hands go. He doesn't believe in himself. He doesn't know how to create openings. And basically, he doesn't even believe in his power. And this is when he made the comment about, I ain't going to keep fighting these big guys. Who told you to go up to 147? Nobody made you do that. You went up there. And if you were against it, why'd you do it? Oh, let me guess. Floyd and Leonard Ellerbe forced him to do it. Bro, at the end of the day, 147 was the money division. That's where the money was at. Right? You see when the guy is saying, oh, if I was in Floyd's position, me and him would have been had an exhibition and made $100 million, right? You forget an exhibition. In your prime years, you couldn't cut it. You went up in weight, you lost. You went back down to 140, you lost. So every avenue that you made an excuse for and people made excuses for you to not win, well, you lost. You lost. So if you're fighting at 147 and you're able to beat the Sean Porters, you're able to beat the Keith Thurmans, and you couldn't even compete. This is the thing. It was not even like it was good fights. He couldn't even compete. He managed to get a flash knockdown against Sean Porter, I think the 11th round or something like that, 11th or the 12th round of their fight. But basically, you did nothing the whole fight. Nothing. So when you sit there and watch his career, and you don't understand, like you see, like it's like people see, I know what I'm looking at. And people come with these, delusional concepts about what can happen in the future and possible fights with this guy. And I mean, come on, bro, you got in there with Pacquiao. You got in there with Pacquiao. And the thing with Adrien, it doesn't matter the age gap. He just can't compete. Even when he's the young guy versus whatever, the older, it doesn't matter. He can't compete with top level guys. Once again, Blair Cobb is far from a top level guy. And he didn't just lose, he got beat up, got dropped, got his tooth knocked out, everything by Blair Cobb. There's no comparison between him and Devin Haney. We only can make a comparison as far as Devin being the same or not after we see him get back in the ring. Okay? So like I said, ring rust and deteriorated skills are two different things. You going to tell me you have ring rust every time you get in the ring? And you're not smart enough to keep busy, to keep active? Think of his mindset. A grown-ass man. How old was he? 33 years old? 30-something years old at the time when he was telling Al Heyman, yo, man, keep me busy. Yo, keep me in the gym. Keep me busy. Yo, that's how, only time I don't get in trouble. When I'm in the gym, I don't get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? When I'm out in the street, that's when I get in trouble. Like, bro, you are in your freaking 30s. You don't know how to keep yourself out of trouble as a grown man? Do you understand the mindset? I got killers around me. I got bodies. I got real niggas around me. Yo, I do real nigga shit in these streets. Do you understand? I have to compensate for my lack of skill in the ring. I have to try to make myself look tough or look good. All that tough stuff he was saying before the Blair Cobb fight. Look what happened, right? Okay, but it's not just the Blair Cobb fight. It's all these other fights. Tell you what. When you're fighting people that don't fight for a living, boxing is their side job, and on top of that, they're nothing but a CD level guy themselves. The fight before the Blair Cobb fight, this guy was an F. He wasn't even a D level. He was an F. He was a Z. Okay? The fact that you even take a fight with someone like that means either one, you're trying to look so good against the worst possible opponent to elevate yourself up to get a bigger fight. Two, your confidence level has been decreased to where that's the type of opponent you feel that you need to look good. Or three, that's all that was available for you, where people don't even see value in your name. And we can even add a fourth, all of the fucking above. Because at the end of the day, Anybody who wants to fight Adrien Broner right now, even from the time when racist Ryan Garcia said that they sent the contract to him, or at least a term sheet or whatever, an offer, a verbal offer, and he act like he didn't know about it. Nobody is looking to fight Adrien Broner because of his skill level. For people to talk about Adrien Broner, of course, they're going to try to, he's a 3-time this and that. He did this, he did that. They're going to try to make it sound like they're fighting something special in AB, because people know. They hear it. They have their ears to the streets. They know people are talking about Adrien Broner like they was about like him coming back and fighting a big fight and wishing him the best, and like people just like Adrien Broner. A lot of that changed. A whole lot of that changed after the Blair Cobb fight. But my point is, everybody that's talking that, no, it's just to have a journeyman on their record. I said 3-4 years ago, this dude is a journeyman now. He's done. You know why people was disagreeing with me? Because of his age. He's only 30. He's only 31. He's a journeyman. He's done. He's not the same. He's done. Was I wrong? It's like people don't understand. I'd rather be a part of the winning team. I'd rather be a part of a team that I can help win. Okay. All of this sitting up fantasizing about a guy being better than what he is, you're saying he can do things that he just won't show us. I can, that's the whole, I held back on Joseph Parker because I ain't want y'all to keep criticizing me. Y'all kicking my name through the mud, dragging my name through the mud. So the savagery, I just calmed it down. We supposed to believe that. Joseph Parker didn't beat you, Wilder. You just went in there and held back. That's why you lost. Okay. So what's the excuse for losing to Zhang? See, this is what I'm saying. And him and AB in the same situation. You've run out of excuses. So either you're going to accept where you are and understand if you can't get better, if you cannot become better than what you are right now, you're going to have more losses the longer you fight. If you're okay with fighting guys that's even lower than you are, not because you're top of the food chain, but because you're like at rock bottom level and you're just better than there's certain rock guys at the bottom that you can beat, well, I don't know what that does for you. And I know that nobody wants to see those fights. You're not going to headline. Who cares about those fights, right? And you're putting your health at risk. There's no amount of money that is worth you killing yourself. There's no amount of money that's worth you getting yourself brain damage. There's no amount of money worth you going in here and destroying yourself just to get some fans to go, ooh, ah. People fight for a living. That's how they make their money. At the end of the day, Adrien Broner is done. We don't know what Devin Haney's looking like, but it's not the same at all. It is not the same. And for these casuals that keep making these boxing videos and doing what they're doing, I mean, it's sad for the state of boxing, but you've been hearing Aries tell you guys for the past couple of years now, this is the new era, the new mindset, the mindset of the new era. They don't know what they're talking about. They just think that they can critique boxing. These people don't even watch boxing on a regular. They just have certain fighters that they probably just watch highlights. Who's popular? Who's everybody talking about? What's everybody talking about? And then they just, okay, and they jump in. They already have a following. They probably didn't originally have a boxing channel. But at the end of the day, it's like for you to bash at Anthony Joshua, but big up an Adrien Broner, for you to, you understand what I'm saying? I don't understand like the whole, like how you guys who claim you cut from the same cloth as Aries, you come from that same type of background, that stand on business and morals and respect, and how you guys are being compromised with this nonsense. And that's from the Sean Porters and all these other guys that's within boxing that sit here and cater to this casual mentality. You can't compare Adrien Broner and Devin Haney's careers. Being a 3-time world champion, great. Devin being a former undisputed champion, great. Going forward, every fight, what have you done for me lately? That's the mentality. Whether people like you or not, that's the reality. Can you do it again? Can you do it again, right? So what you do after showdown for Adrien, if he can turn things around, okay, now I'm back to my winning ways. Let me stick to what I do. Let me never, ever underestimate anybody and think that they're not in fight shape or ready to go, or you don't know what a person is doing or what they're capable of. Come fight night, like what may be different about them, whatever, just go in there sharp. Not focusing on my opponent to do things wrong for me to capitalize on, but for me to have all bases covered, that I can do whatever I need to do to win. And that is what every fighter should have in their minds. I'm prepared for everything. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're a world traveler, right, and you just constantly, you know that certain parts of the world, the weather's going to be different. So you got to be prepared for everything. Oh, we in Jamaica now, we good. It's December, but it's hot, we good. Yeah, but from here we going to Iceland, so we got to be ready for it. You understand? Plain and simple. You don't assume everywhere going to be just like Jamaica. It's December. Hell no, it's going to be cold. So where you are, where the climate's warmer, you good. But once you're not there, you got to be ready. So you got to have everything packed. So guess what? I'm prepared for all of this different types of the weather. You understand what I mean? Simple. Yeah, I just thought this was not even interesting, man. It was just crazy to me. Like, what? And then people like, but Aries, why you don't think Adrien Broner can come back? That's too much to type because he's washed up. It's as simple as that. Okay? So, but for me to give you all the, he's washed up. He's done. He's been past his prime years ago. He's not been the same fighter. He's not been effective enough to compete with the elite guys. And what people don't understand, him losing to Marcos Maidana wasn't a mistake. This is not like something happened to him. It's not like, he had a car accident or something happened. He went to that fight and sustained bad injuries, and then those injuries kept him from being the same fighter. No, he just went there and he got beat up. And what he showed you, what people fail to realize, they keep saying since that fight he hasn't been the same, which we know this. But what people are not really focusing on in that, he hasn't been the same. He showed you he cannot compete with the top guys in that particular fight. That's where it started, but that's the statement. That's the reality of it. He can't compete with the elite guys. And it started with Marcos Maidana. So, at the end of the day, if he couldn't cut it then, what do you think is going to happen to Adrien Broner now? He's going to get older, and all of a sudden his hand's going to get faster. His punching power is going to increase. His reflexes are going to get better. Footwork. He never had footwork. He was always just all upper body. You understand what I mean? He never had footwork. And even now, you watch him. He keeps his head on that center line. He comes in, and, he throws his shots just to touch you. He doesn't even try to take your head off. He just tries to touch you, And then when he tries to throw a power shot, it's like one power shot, move, stand, and he throws it. He kind of freezes there. He's there to be hit. He's there to be retaliated against. He walks you down and then does nothing when he gets in. Like I said, he doesn't know how to create openings. He's not a technically sound fighter. He's more of an instinctive flash and flare type guy. That's what he is. That's what he always was. It's just that when it was working for him, nobody saw it that way. But that's what he always was. He was never like a technician in there. He was always, he fights off his adrenaline, his instincts. He comes in there imitating Floyd, the shoulder roll, and it's either he's fast enough to get the shots off or he isn't. This is why even now he can't even land a jab. He cannot even land a jab. He shoots it out, and nothing. And then he throws that, might throw a body shot to follow it up, or throw a jab, follow it with a hook. But it's just like, it's nothing fluid. It's one punch at a time. And the fact that every time he throws shots, that allows fighters to time you. It's like listening to a speed bag and you're hitting it, right? It's the same thing. And you, and they hear you, they look and guess what? They cut that shot. Pow! Oh, shit. Now you're on the floor. What happened? They're listening to you. So when you go from to yeah, okay. Next time you do it, pop. Before you get to that third, guess what? You done got cracked. He does. That's amateur shit, man. That's amateur shit. And the thing is, his reflexes are not what they need to be. And for him to be flat-footed, and he not knowing how to keep his head off that center line, you can see, like I said, his skills have deteriorated. You can't say none of that shit about fucking Devin Haney. It's like, people make it sound like Devin Haney never had any quality opponents, and all of a sudden now he has one quality opponent, right? And then he lost terribly. You understand what I'm saying? No. Because of the way Ryan was acting, people thought, yo, Devin gonna walk through this dude. For the people that was cheering for Ryan, they wanted Ryan to win. That's all. Ryan, he is who he is, man. Ryan he has fast hands. He has a strong left hook. He's flash and flare. He's not technically, he's a similar type of fighter to AB. Flash and flare and instinctive and he can get the shots there before you. Like if his hand speed is a problem, then it's a problem. It's a problem if you can't get away from his shots. But bottom line, Tank showed you. This dude is taller than me, longer, rangier, naturally the bigger guy. And people talking about all this, what he's going to do and how he's going to do it. And he made him quit. Body shot, made him quit. And that's what people don't understand. So even like when Stephen A made that comment, and I said, Shy, you don't know what he's talking about? Anybody, a body shot can make anybody quit. No. He didn't want to continue. The body shot put him down. But he literally was about to get up. He was going down. Tank Day was like, get up, remember? And you saw Tank walk towards him, and then he was going down. Then he shook his head, no. And he told him to get it. And he smiled, and he went down. And as soon as the count was over, he stood up. When you get hit to the body and you hurt, you cringe. You understand? He didn't do any of that. He quit. I don't want to fight no more. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, for Devin and Bill to take all that consideration and look at how he was acting and assume that he wasn't in fight shape, and he was tired in the fight himself. We've seen, and this is what I'm saying. The reason I'm taking the time to explain this to you is because people don't look at what actually happens in the fight, what happens before the fight, what the thinking process was. It's still Devin Haney's fault the way he fought. Still, okay. And then for people to start talking this trash about he need to get another trainer. Oh man, every time a fighter loses a fight nowadays, you gotta get a new trainer instantly. Like, stop. The whole time he was fine. Now all of a sudden, no, he fought a stupid fight. He fought a fight that made zero sense to any of us. Okay, and thinking he's going to compete with Tank because they're going to compare the performances. You and Tank are two different type of fighters. You understand what I mean? Maybe this will make Haney smarter with understanding what happened and what went wrong. Because if you do ever cross paths with Tank or another guy that can punch and that's a solid guy, it lets you know. You see, you try to fight the wrong fight. You're not the type of fighter that can fight just any style. You can't. You're a pure boxer. Stick with it. Do what you normally have done. Add to your arsenal to get better, but you're not that kind of guy. And you're not that big of a puncher where you can fight the way Tank fights. No different from me telling you guys. It's funny. It's so funny when I'm saying Tyson Fury. Remember even before the second fight, even before the first fight, I'm saying why Tyson Fury's size. If Tyson Fury learns how to sit down in his punches, right, he'll be able to get power because he'll have weight behind his shots. He's at his size. For him to be skipping around and dancing and moving away from these little much smaller heavyweights, he's still not, and that's why his punches don't have that power behind him, because he's throwing a punch, and before the punch even lands, he's already trying to get out the way. So he's throwing his little pit-pat shots. If he learns to sit down on his punches, and any time in any fight, if you see when Fury sits down on his punches, he can get the weight behind his shots. The thing is, when he does it, he becomes flat-footed and he leans forward. But because he's tall, people haven't made him pay. And when he did pay, like when Cunningham made him pay, when he caught him with that overhead, bottom line is, here's my thing. With Fury, and I'm saying, Wilder can't box. He needs to back him up. You take away what a fighter's good at. No, that power. Max Kellerman, all of them. All of these guys, everybody that spoke about it, Teddy Atlas, they always, nope, hell no. Nope, no. He has to stay on his toes, be wary of that right hand, all of this stuff. And I'm like, So y'all done forgot about boxing, huh? Y'all so caught up into this new wave, y'all forget what real true boxing is. You take away what a fighter's good at. If a motherfucker can't fight backwards, why would you let him continue to go forward? You're 6'9", 273 fucking pounds, and you're fighting on a back foot. A guy that has chicken legs, no foundation, no strong base in his legs, can't fight backwards. He's not even good coming forward. It's just he's quick enough to land that jab right hand. And he has patience to wait, but he has no boxing fundamentals. He's not fundamentally sound. He doesn't know what he's doing in there. So he's able to do what he did against a certain level of opposition. Back him up. I remember somebody came in my comment section and was like, yo, Aries, I respect your opinions, man, but yo, I can't go with you on this. And I'm like, it doesn't matter whether you agree with me or not. You're not the one in the ring. I stand by what I'm saying, though. That same person came back and said, yo, Aries, my bad, fam, you was right. Just saying. Now, if he would have got clipped and got knocked out, everybody would have been saying, I told you it was working, but he still got caught. Because he did get dropped down and did get clipped, but he got back up. But the point is, and that was in the first fight, and it's in the first fight is when this motherfucker realized, damn, I can back this motherfucker. And I don't even think it was on purpose. I just think he was mad because he got dropped and he was like, fuck, I don't want to lose this fight. Let me try to come back and take this round back. And that's when he realized, I can back this motherfucker up, and he don't know what he's doing. He was so leery of the right hand. All that fainting and shit and nothing. And then when he come in, it was like, let me try to get in quick and, get my shit in. He's not getting that 273 behind the shots. What happens when he starts to walk him down? What happens in the second fight? Wasn't even close. Third fight, it wasn't even close. It was just Wilder managed to knock him down 2 times just like he did in the first fight. I'm looking at the fight and the science of it. Not saying that it's going to be a perfect plan. You still have to execute. But what I'm saying, it's because Wilder can't box is why Fury was able to do it. Which is why he didn't try to go in there and walk down Dillian White, which I said, I don't see him trying to fight Dillian White with that same style coming forward. I don't see him doing that. I see him being more like stand behind the jab and laying back. Did he fight him that way? No. Derek Chisora fight shouldn't even happen in the first place. He played with him, spared him, and pretty much, did he fight Usyk like that? No. So when you make videos, people hear you, then they forget what you say. They forget the dynamics of situations, like I said, and then they just go from one thing to the next. But like I told you guys, you don't know what's going to happen until the guys get in the ring. It's just like a simple example. If you're walking home from work, just say you walk home and walk to work and walk home. Let's say there's an area where you go and there's always like loose dogs running around. Are you going to try to find another way to avoid those dogs? Are you going to carry a weapon so you can defend yourself from those loose dogs? Or what? Bottom line is you have to do something, right? Suppose you find a different way. Can you say a loose dog isn't going to be that way? What if you live in one of them places where you got bears and stuff? Do you know what you're going to encounter? No. So let's just say you take a different way, but you don't have a weapon. And then all of a sudden you encounter an animal. A wild animal or a loose dog that wants to attack. Now you're still in a bad situation. You understand what I'm saying? And the first thing gonna come in your head, damn, why didn't I bring a weapon? Okay? So bottom line is, you might do something different and it still might not work. But you have to try. When you try and you're successful, it means you did it right. And your game plan worked accordingly. Even if you had some bumps in the road, you still triumphed. And bottom line is, people saw, yeah, he can walk Wilder down and Wilder has no answers. Okay? Plain and simple. Why didn't he walk down a novice guy? I don't care how hard they talk about Ngannou hits. He's a novice. Why didn't he walk him down? Why didn't he walk him down? Why didn't he walk Usyk down, who's much smaller, the complete opposite of what Ngannou is in every way, with the exception of being far better and more skilled? But why didn't he walk him down? So it's what I'm telling you guys. I pay attention to what I'm seeing. I'm not saying things just to go, oh, well, Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, try that. No, it's a strategy. It's you understand what I'm saying? So when you look at a guy like Adrien Broner, he doesn't fight anybody differently. He fights everybody the same way. He's in there hoping he can land a punch. It really has no plan A and plan B. You ever notice when Adrien Broner corner is talking to him, he just kind of has that blank stare, like he's looking around, like, yeah, I hear you, but whatever. Like, because he goes out and he just does the same thing every single round. Nothing changes in his game plan, which is why he has one of the most frustrating sounding corners in every time he fights, because he doesn't do what they're asking him to do. Why? Because he can't. His heart won't let him. He doesn't have the bravery. He doesn't have that tactical, cerebral brain to understand what he should be doing. Like I said, it's either he's fast enough to catch you with something you don't see, or basically it's just the same old thing over and over. Not letting his hands go and just trying to go the distance. And so even when you're coming forward, trying to walk a guy down, but you're not throwing any punches, what does that mean? Okay, I'm coming in, I'm walking you down, but I'm not going to throw anything. Just a jab, and then wait, and stay there and posture up and wait, then get caught with counter shots. So yeah, I just wanted to address that. I don't understand where people come with these logics. I know they don't know what the hell they're talking about, but this is a sad day in not just boxing, in life, man. The way people think. I watch a lot of different things, and I just observe, and it's like, wow, we've gone so backwards. Like people think as the generations go on, people get smarter. Bullshit. People are not getting smarter. Honestly, the level of immaturity and the fact that people don't care about, they don't pay attention to detail, they don't care about the truth, they don't analyze things and with any actual sound logic, they just talk and say things, and people are just smashing that like button, smashing that like button, smashing that like button, subscribe, smash that like button. So, right? This is what they're doing, and it's like, damn, you guys are actually okay with being lied to, and it goes to show you that these people don't know what they're talking about and don't care. Like I told you in my last video, I was watching the video. I'm saying it again. I was watching the video where this guy that was in the game, the rapper, the games early in his career, helped him get his deal, however, or brought him to the person that got him his deal or whatever. He said that the game is an actual liar. He's a liar. He makes up everything. And I saw that. I watched that video again. I think I might have said 367. I'm not sure. But it was 467. If I remember, I think it was like 467. 400. That person that was saying he was a liar. Somebody in the comment section actually responded with, the game, we all know he's a liar. True that. He's a liar. But yo, you got to admit he's entertaining. And this motherfucker, that one comment had 467 likes. We know that this motherfucker lying, but hey, he funny as hell though. The shit he be saying be wild. You don't even care if it's true or not. You know what I saw happen the other day? Today's Monday, right? So this was like maybe early Saturday morning. I'm jogging. Got my stuff on my hips. Jogging. Paying attention to everything, right? Jogging. Now, this wasn't a super long. This was just, let me just get this in. Then I'm going to go to the park. Have my little routine. But I just wanted to get this in. I just need to get some air in my lungs and just, So I'm jogging, and this woman, I don't know what's wrong with people. It's broad daylight. This was like maybe 6 in the morning, something like that. Yeah, like 6 in the morning. And this woman, I see her walking, and I see her go to the car, and then I see her walking back. She has on a thong. You hear what I'm saying? She has on a thong. And the matching top where it just covered the nipples up, and it's like a string that goes around. It's not a big, and she's walking. And the dude comes to the door and was like, you better get in here, shaking that big ass outside. Somebody been took you in their car and stole you, right? I heard him say it. And she started laughing, and then these two girls go, "You wild, yo, you this and this." And then the other chick was like, "Hey," and they run and they start twerking. I don't know what the hell's wrong with people. And I'm walking, I'm jogging. And then she goes, "Hey, would you like to steal me and take me home?" I'm like, "Fuck nah." And they, "Oh my God," you know, and they start laughing. But what's all of this crazy shit in the middle of the street twerking? Why are you outside walking around your neighborhood in a thong? You just, even if I'm just going to the car, I'm gonna go out there in my damn drawers. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the dude, I don't know if that's a man or whoever, whatever, but they acting like this is just normal behavior. I'm just like, wow. Do they care that people got kids that people don't want to see? Like, this is like, so now it's like, I guess your chick, I guess now you'll just go outside and have neighbors and you look around there on the back, "Hey, how you doing, neighbor?" Saying they're butt naked barbecuing or something. Like, what are we doing? What, like, I'm telling you, people are losing their damn minds. People are trying to take morals, respect, integrity. Fuck all that. Just do what you want to do. This is the time we live in. I'm telling you, flat out. And I mean, she was walking like she was in the comfort of her own home with her windows closed. So if you cool with walking around out in the public with people, in front of people in the thong, and then gonna ask a complete stranger some, I mean, I'm saying, what else will you do? And this is the day and time we live in. People just do what they want, say what they want, and people don't even care if it makes sense. They're just talking their shit. Anyway, no comparison with Devin Haney and Adrien Broner situation. None. It's premature to say anything about Devin Haney since the Ryan Garcia fight as far as damages he sustained that, may follow him. Like, we don't know this. We haven't seen him fight since then. We just know he made a fucked up decision to go in there and fight the way he fought. And all of this crossing your fingers hoping AB can bounce back. Well, y'all keep doing that. You go ahead. Keep on keeping hope alive. But at the end of the day, Adrien Broner did what he did. And he is who he is. That's the reality, whether you want to accept it or not. So it's still got them AB fans that want to try to keep hope alive. But then when you asking me these questions, it's like I'm saying, it's because they watch the content and they know how I feel about it. And I've expressed that. Nobody's hoping anything happened to Adrien Broner. Nobody's wishing bad things on him. Adrien Broner is the reason bad things happen to Adrien Broner. We just being real because we not sitting here saying, "Yo, champ, we know you still got it. You still got it. You still got the potential still there. The skills still." This is the thing people are saying. The skills are still there. Well, where are they? Where are they? What is he saving it for? The gym? Because nowadays, most fighters do all they tough talking and all they big impressive work in the gym, but then they get in the ring, all of a sudden, they can't do it anymore. Anyway, talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, when I would catch y'all in the next video.